Hello guys, in the last video we have worked around our doors. So in this video we are going to create a force power, or like Star Wars power force. So let's get started. First, I'm going to my blueprints folder and I'm going to create a new folder here. And rename it as Star Wars. Now go into this folder. Here we need a few things. First, we are going to need an animation that we are going to use. So I have downloaded that animation from mixamo.com. So here's animation. If you are having trouble importing the animation, check this video up here. Alright, so drag this and drop it here. As soon as you drop it, you will need to select a skeleton. I'm going to select this SK mannequin. Click on Import All. Now after that, what we need to do next is to create a montage of this animation. Therefore, I'm going to right-click it, and I'm going to create an any montage. Then again, I'm going to save everything here. Next thing we need to do is to create two blueprints. The first one is going to be our simple blueprint class. And it is going to be an actor class. We need to rename it to forceactor_BP. And the second one is going to be our blueprint interface class. So I'm going to name it as actors_BPI. So open this one. And here I'm going to add a mesh component. So go over to your components and click on Add. Here search for static mesh and rename it as object mesh. Now mesh is going to be a cube. I'm going to use this blue cube right here. And scroll down below. Just check its object type that it is world dynamic and compile this. Then go back to your blueprint interface. Open it up. Here, we need to rename this function. So I'm going to rename it as force strength. It's going to have two inputs. The first one is going to be my force. This is going to be a vector type. And for the second one, it's going to be power or strength is good. It is better, I think. This is going to be a float data type. And compile this in close. Now open your third-person blueprint. I'm going to find a space here. In the previous videos, we had implemented all the cameras and different door setups, so we are not going to interfere with that. Instead, we are going to do something new. So I'm going to use my left mouse button for my force. Right-click here, type left mouse button and hit Enter. We are going to get this node. We need to play a montage at our button click. Take the pin out, type play montage and so click here. Select this montage. So the play rate should be, I think 1.5 is good. If you click the search bar, it will take you to the original location of the asset we have used here. Here we need to drag and drop the character mesh. Now compile and play it. You see, it works very well. Okay, so we need to open our inner montage. And here we are going to create a notifier, right at this position. I'm going to create a notification here. So in this track, I'm going to right-click here and add montage notify. And I'm going to rename it as well. And I'm going to save this. Close this. The next thing we need to do is when our notification begins, I want to print something. Press play. And you see it is working. So then here we need to do something when our notify starts to begin. We're going to trace our path from character. We're going to type in capsule line trace for objects. So we are going to trace if our line hits any object. So here the starting position should be at vector location. This one. And here we are going to get vector, forward vector. And then we are going to multiply this by something. I'm going to add this. And here we need to convert this pin to float input. And I think 1000 would be more than enough. Connect this to the end position. Now, the next thing we need to do is some tracing. So the trace radius should be, I think 20 would be enough. And I'm going to compile this. There, we need an object type first. As I said earlier, that the object type of our mesh should be same as given here. Here it says world dynamic. You need to set it here as well. Compile this and we won't get an error this time. Now if we play, you see, this is working great. You've noticed that our line is traced to 1000 points. That's because we've set it to 1000. And we can increase it to 2000 and play again. You can see it looks much better. Now it actually detects if it hits anything. Going back to blueprint. If our line traces really hit something and return is true, use a branch node over here. Break this result and add the force strength function here. In our actor blueprint here, we need to implement this interface in the class settings. In our interface, we need to match the name of our function here. You can delete all these unused nodes if you like. When our line hits any actor or object, then type force strength. And sorry, I forgot to check this. Then type force strength. If it is true, and for strength I think 1000 would be enough. We need to get actor location. In my map, if I scale this cube up a little and press play, when my line hits the cube it passes from it and turns green, which means that it can detect our object. Right-click. We are going to use this event here to simulate physics of the object. Type simulate physics. Make sure it is checked as true, and then we need to add the impulse to make the object move. Also check this velocity change as true. Okay, so here we are going to get our object mesh. And from that mesh, we need world location. This one. And we are going to subtract. And then normalize. Here, we can add these two calculations. Connect the strength to other end of this node. Instead of adding them here, I am going to multiply them here. It would be better. Now, press play. It works great. We have added the magic punch now. Next, I'm going to disable this debug trace, just so it doesn't show up during my game. Similarly, if you want another actor, you can duplicate the first one. I'm going to rename it as Force Actor 2. I need this material. So, I'm going to find it first. Here it is. And change the mesh to sphere. We can add that material over here on the sphere too. So go to your map and add this actor over here. And you can also scale it to whatever you like. When you press play, you can power punch the new object as well. So, that's it. Although we do have some problems with our animation, but we will fix them in our future videos. For now, I think this is enough. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.